everyone, how's it going? My name is Drew. Yes, that's right, I'm back here in the single player world with you guys, and I'm so excited. I love this world so much. Today we're going to be doing a project actually just over here close to the farming area. There's your little tease right there. I just kind of started with a little bit of a foundation. I did some terraforming, but we'll get there. First, I think it's time to actually talk about what I've been doing here in this world, because I've been trying to do quite a bit of stuff off camera, stuff that I just don't really think is like episode material or anything like that. I have this adventurer's backpack here to kind of keep everything together, all the essentials and stuff like that, just in case, you know, if I'm low on something or I need something, or, you know, if I need to sleep, I got my bed. If I need to craft something, I got my crafting bench, and I have wood and scaffolding and all that kind of stuff. Let me know some of your ideas on some stuff that you, like I should keep in here. I was thinking maybe like potions and stuff like that as well, but yeah, we could probably put some more like in the ender chest here, like maybe some more shulkers. So yeah, that's that. Sorry, I had like a weird hiccup. Put that back there, put that right there, and off we go. Okay, guys, so I think it's time to actually get to it. I'm going to hop on this rail here because I've been doing some work on our rail system as well. And this is a special thank you to Mr. Haphazardous Waste himself, because a long time ago I was struggling with like my intersections and stuff like that and how to kind of make it work. So Haphazardous Waste actually gave me this design here. I'll show you what it looks like, but it's got your generic redstone, I would say. You know, Haphazard is, you know, that's all he does is like generic redstone stuff. So he's kind of the master for that. I'm just teasing, he's a genius. So I have this lever here that actually kind of like directly connects to this rail that chooses the direction of where we want to go. And it does work this way as well. So if we are sitting right here on the minecart and we click the button just like that, we will actually go straight this way. And that was part of Hap's design, was you know, kind of coming in from any angle, like you can still get in either direction from said angle. And if we jump down just like this, you can see the redstone works. So the button will connect to the redstone dust here, down to the repeaters, and then whatever is over here. Look at me talking about redstone on my channel. Isn't this great? And then up here, we have another redstone dust, and I think, I don't know. I did this like 3 times and I can't even really remember everything. But that's the design. If you guys want like a more detailed tutorial, maybe Hap can make one, or maybe I'll explain it next time. I should probably sleep real quick. I'll go do that. I did complete a rail circuit around. Like, the rail system still isn't done. It requires a little bit more polishing and stuff like that too. But we can actually kind of get everywhere now via rail, which is nice. It's going to slow down in this corner a little bit. Yeah, like I said, there's more polishing that needs to be done. And we can't get up that way right now. We can only go this way. Hi, other cart. I guess I'll take you. All right, so this will be a rail station here. We press the button and we'll continue. And this is what the south rail will look like. It'll be like this kind of wooden look. If we go this way, this is going to be really new for our series. So going into the Nether here, you will see that this portal goes to the roof of the Nether. Yes, that's right. I finally got to the roof of the Nether in my Minecraft series. I've never done this in a single player world before, but yeah, here I am. And this is the only thing that I have up here right now. This is kind of like a working gold farm at the moment. Not really. It's not like a working gold farm. It's like a gold farm under construction. This thing is not ghast proof yet, which I've kind of been struggling with just a little bit. But if we come up here, basically the idea is just gonna be having all of these platforms around and maybe having a couple different layers as well. And then we'll have a bow and we'll shoot some zombie pigmen and they'll all drop to their death. And we'll have to try to collect it at the bottom somehow. I'm not too sure yet. I just started playing around with something and it's not really... What's that? Oh, just fire. Fire can get up here. I didn't really know that. Huh. I guess it can. There's fire right there and I never saw that. But yeah, that's the idea of the gold farm though. It's very simple. It's not really quite there yet. I probably should look up like a YouTube tutorial on a gold farm and try to come up with the design there. But yeah, so if we ever need to get onto the roof of the Nether for any reason whatsoever, this is the portal to do it right here. And it will not stay this way as well. When we come over to this area sometime in the future and we go to like improve it, like our road here, we kind of polished our road. So this is a part of the world that I still have to do. Like, oh, I need the minecart. I'm not walking on the rail. I'm minecarting on the rail. I'll just move you real quick. But what I was saying real quick as well is when we do get to this area of the world and we build those buildings over there and stuff like that, we'll try to come up with like a really nice portal design over here. I think that could really helped the area as well. Let me just get in here and let me just move. Obviously, that's going to be a rail station at some point in the future. So again, this is all new. There's going to be a rail over there. And I love this view up here. Oh, this is so cool coming in through the woods. And then, look where we are. Oh, guys, I love this world. I love this world so much. The village is over there. But yes, I can't wait to actually finish this rail. I think it's going to look so, so good when I have like that whole, like I said, like the southern rail, like the rickety wood aesthetic and stuff like that. It's going to look so good on this side of the world. I think that actually might be my favorite part of the main area of the world. I wanted to do a little bit more work to the village, but I didn't really get anything done. I will point out real quick, though, we are in 1.19.4. I almost said 1.14. But yes, we finally upgraded to 1.19.4. And this is going to be the first episode actually in this update. So we got like the brand new potion look and stuff like that. I think that looks so, so, so good. I'm so, so, so happy that the potions actually have like a solid color now. But I did try doing like a little bit more brewing here in the tower, trying to get this thing kind of a little bit more like established and whatnot. But I still need a lot of ingredients and stuff like that. But I know I don't really come into this tower too much, but potions is something that I do kind of value and whatnot, so I do kind of have to take it a little bit more seriously. One of the biggest projects I finished in a long time, by finished, I mean not really quite finished. Like, I still have the whole backside to do and stuff like that, but I finally have an operational trading center. The Emerald Bank is now fully functional. I zombified them all twice and healed them twice and stuff like that. So I have pretty much, I think, as cheap as it's gonna get. But I am going for resources quite quick. Like, 13 paper is still a lot. Like, that's a lot of paper we have to get to fill these chests and trade with. Wheat, even, too. Like, we go through wheat quite a bit, but I think all our wheat might be upstairs, or I might have traded it all already. By far, the best guys here for XP and emeralds are the masons, because, like, clay is, like, unbelievably cheap. I know I probably sound like a little bit of a noob talking about this, but trading is something that's still pretty new to me. I have the hiccups, and this is going to ruin my episode. But this is all the emeralds that we have here at the moment. So I have been doing a little bit of trading here and there. I'm pretty set for coal, I would say so. And then over here, I think I thought we had more wheat. No, not really. Anyway, but that's the Emerald Bank. It's actually pretty much fully functional now. I just got to kind of finish up the building itself, finish up the out back. And there is, hello, the zombie that I use. He's a very special guy. And over here, I have the bubble elevator this has the water stream that connects to the, the villager breeder over on the other side of the village. So every now and then when I'm in the area, I'll see a villager pop up. I should at least start putting more beds here in the buildings just to kind of keep the villagers on this side, because I do want this side of the village to be populated as well. So over there is kind of where we were. Obviously, at the village, there's going to be another rail station and stuff like that. And then that kind of connects, obviously. That's the rail station over there, what I'm trying to say, connects to, like, the old rail over here. So, again, this is, like, the whole intersection. And so we just kind of have to hit that and then hold W. I often hold W just to kind of make it. And yeah, it works out pretty well. A couple episodes ago, we did work on... Look at that. Look at that. We can't do that without haphazardous waste of my life, that's for sure. But a couple episodes ago, I was working on a new road. I think that's kind of what I was doing over there, where all that spruce is. But I did kind of work on a new road that I would like to show you, just to show its, like, existence. It's like, you know, it's small, but it's there. Probably gonna hop on over here and hop the river. Yes, that's right, I could jumper too. You didn't know it, but I am. No, dang it. Dang it. So this is actually gonna be a new road here. It's gonna kind of connect, like, the factory over there to the house. This is something that's been planned in the works for quite a while now. So I finally have the staircase kind of connect it to this section over here. But of course, this comes over here to the iron factory that we did just a few episodes ago, and I think it looks great. So this is all kind of cleared up. Another big thing that I actually did in my world, it's probably not big to you, but it means a lot to me, is I cleaned up a lot of, like, the random chests that were kind of scattered throughout my world. Now, granted, there's still a few of them that are still kicking around, but man, at a lot of these projects that I had done, like kind of more recently, I had like 6 double chests just all kind of scattered around and just filled with a bunch of junk. So I tried organizing as much of it as I can, like in my house over there. And then there's a lot like I have to take to some other buildings that we use for other bits of storage. And then, of course, over here, it connects to the other road. This is a bridge that I threw down. It's nothing really special. I don't really know how else to make it look a little bit more unique, but yeah, I just kind of made a make-believe bridge there. It took me like 5 minutes to do, but just wanted something there, you know, just to have, I guess. But a lot of this stuff in my world can be touched up on a little bit later as well. And then real quick, I guess over here, this is going to be the project for this episode. I'll come back here real quick after I show you one last thing. But these chests here, these are the construction boxes that I have. I'm trying to be a little bit more organized. So anytime I go work on a project, I want to bring these construction boxes with me. And this will hold all the resources for the builds that I'll be doing. And I'll try to keep it organized in here as best as I can. I had to do a lot of terraforming though. So like this cliff, hopefully it looks pretty... What do you think you're doing? Hopefully this cliff looks pretty organic. I did spend quite some time terraforming it, and I do have a picture kind of showing like the progression of kind of between the new and the old cliff. So I'll post that on Twitter probably. I think if you guys kind of want to see that. Oh, hi, Horsey. Perfect spot for you because I'm actually on my way to go to another portal. If we go through any portal now, except for the one that takes you to the roof. Oh my goodness, we're going to be in a hallway. That leads to another hallway. That leads to the future location of the Nether hub. Yes, that's right. All right, now that I think I'm finally done updating you guys on everything I've been doing off camera, I think it's time to finally talk about this project that we're going to be doing. And guys, I will have to say, I think I mentioned this before, but man, I'm pretty excited about this project. So what this building is actually going to be, I should finally say, but you guys will probably know from the title of the video, is that this is going to be kind of like a fantasy style kitchen that we're going to be doing. And so a long time ago on this series, I kind of explained that like every building in this world, I kind of want to have serve a different purpose. So this is going to be the kitchen of the world, which is where we're going to be storing all of our food, I think. Like, at least most of our food. Most of everything will be in its own building eventually, I think. That was kind of the plan in the beginning. We'll see how much further I want to take it. But yeah, so we're finally going to be doing a kitchen here. And I think what I'll probably do now is just maybe do a little bit of work off camera, get the walls kind of built up, and I'll give you another update on how it's looking and try to explain a little bit more on my process on building it, because right now I haven't looked at the building created for a little while, so I now have to go remind myself. So I'll see you in a quick second. All right, so I just got the 4 walls set up on this kitchen at the moment, and this is what it's looking like. I think it's looking kind of cool. This is a really cool angle to look at this build from, especially when it's done. Like, there's a little bit more to it I don't want to, like, talk about right yet, but I think this bridge, like, you know, this bridge was meant to be here to view, or that building was maybe meant to be there for the bridge. I don't know which order, but I think it all works out. And even, like, when you stand over by the Iron Factory, you're going to see this thing from quite a distance. I've talked in the past about just having like landmarks around my world. Say a tower over there, say a tower over here. Oh, one thing I actually did off camera just now, just a really small detail, and I'm still getting used to it. But over at the Potions Tower, I finally actually put like a proper antenna on it. I think that looks kind of neat, but I'm still getting used to it. It's throwing me off every time I look at it. I don't know if it looks better or not. What do you guys think? But I think with this building not being as big as the other towers and stuff like that, I think it'll still be like, just, I guess like the positioning of it will kind of fit as a nice landmark, despite it not being like too big, but you will see it will actually get a bit taller than you might be thinking. I think the floor is probably gonna go up to here, maybe. So I gotta fill that in at some point, like fill this in with dirt and then add a proper floor and stuff like that. In creative, I never did a proper interior for this thing, so I still have that to worry about in the future. But right now, I'm not worried about the interior. I'm just kind of worried about the exterior at the moment. I want like a nice build to look at from outside at least, and then maybe it would be its own episode to... I don't think I've ever really done much of an interior episode before, so maybe I could try doing that sometime soon, and I think this would probably be a pretty good build for it. Okay, now that I slept and the sun's coming up and all the good stuff is happening, I think it's time to talk about maybe the sides of the buildings here, because this is something that I actually didn't do in creative, so I'm gonna have to probably figure this out in survival. So it's gonna be a traditional roof, I guess, where kind of like either side is gonna be slanted up towards the middle. A triangular roof, I suppose. I don't know how you would say it. A generic roof, like over there. And I think the other side, they're going to be important for two different reasons, I suppose. So this side will be very important because this is the side that we're probably going to be seeing the most, right? Like, we'll be coming over to the farm. We'll be traveling on this road quite often. And when we look at this thing, we will be looking at it from this angle. So I do kind of want to make sure I get this side right. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll see. We'll get there. But the other side is going to be really important too, because this is actually going to be our entrance into the building. And I don't think I really want this side. I got to clear some trees, don't I? I'm trying to talk about this thing now and I can't see it. With the entrance being over here, that means that we're going to need a path over here connecting the building to basically the road system in our world. So I think the road will probably go up here, maybe like diagonally, I suppose. Maybe. Should it start here? Maybe it should kind of go in here. I think this would kind of be cool if like maybe the road could kind of like, be tucked in like this. I think that could look pretty nice. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like if maybe I could plant some more bushes here or something like that, because yeah, when looking at this, I feel like having a road right here would kind of make this look a little bit too open. But I kind of like how like small and cozy this kind of looks. Like it looks like a little spot. Oh, I should add a campfire because I was going to say you could camp out here. And that would be pretty cool too, right? So if you had like a little smaller path kind of tucked away and that would take you to like the kitchen over there, I think that could look pretty neat. And I remember a long time ago too, I was also thinking about like having a bridge over here. Maybe that's something I could probably do. There, we'll keep the dirt on us just in case. I don't think I need this. I don't have a spot for spruce planks, but that's okay. Do you think bundles are going to help when they come out? I haven't heard like very good things about bundles. And I never like played with like the experimental stuff or anything like that. Why do I have this on me? Oh, I broke this at the other place. I'll go put that back. But yeah, bundles, like I don't think I've heard good things about them. I believe the whole idea for bundles was that they were supposed to help with inventory management, because that's kind of like, at this point in Minecraft, like that's kind of a crisis that Mojang is facing right now. And it's not really a crisis like for the fact that it's like, really, do they have to care about it due to their own terms, like thinking about it? Or like, is it just fan backlash at this point? Because man, inventory management is a huge issue. So, but yeah, with that being said, I think it's time to finally work on this thing now. So I'm trying to remember exactly how I did the roof. I think it was something like this. Yes, there we go. That's it. That's the look I was going for. So you can probably tell right away that this is primarily going to be a mangrove roof. I can't believe I hesitated there. Yes, this is a mangrove roof, very similar to the one that we did over there. At the beginning of this series, you should have learned pretty quick that I like building with spruce and oak wood and some stone and stuff like that. I think mangrove is going to be in the mix too now. I absolutely love this block. So yeah, so this roof is going to go up a little ways, and then we're actually going to outline it with the dark oak. Yes, that's right. That's why we have the dark oak here. So I think I'm going to go up here now. I'm going to show you what I mean by outlining it. So basically, the dark oak... Oh, I need more food, don't I? I should have more in my adventurer's backpack. Yes, I do. Thank you. Is that it? I think this is it. Okay, I got it now. I just looked... was that sideways? Nope, that's good. I just checked my reference again, and I think I got it now. I got to be a little cautious when I built this part of the roof, actually, because there's going to be another piece of the roof, kind of like an upstairs to the building, that's going to be sticking out. Oh, perfect, Drew. Perfect. Okay, so the calcite's actually going to go up here, and this is going to add a little bit of variant to our build as well. So, is that... I think that's wrong already. Something like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's totally it. Okay, so a little bit more block placing. I'm going to come back over to our special bridge here, and I'm going to take a look at what we got. And oh, yeah, I'm digging this so far. I think this should be able to show you guys the kind of general spirit of the build here. I think for now, I'm going to do some more work off camera just to kind of get a little bit of the complete structure down. And then we'll talk about some other things that we're going to be adding. The roof isn't going to look this plain. You know, the calcite walls there won't look that plain. Kind of like how this is very textured here. Like there are going to be some other spots in the roof that are going to be textured. Then there's going to be another thing that we're going to add to the build, but I'll get there when I get there. Like I got a little bit more work to do before I can really talk about like, you know, the complete product. So let me just do a little bit more work and I'll see you guys in a quick second. Alrighty, it's a few hours later and I've done more work to the kitchen and I wanted to get the good view. So like, for example, we're in here, we're hanging out, we're watching iron golems die. They're burning to death. We're getting their iron. We're all stacked up. We're ready to go. And then we leave the iron factory. And whoa, we're great into the kitchen directly ahead of us. I think this is looking pretty cool. I think this is actually a pretty good scale, if I do say so myself. There's going to be a couple things we're going to add to kind of make up for this this space here, because I know it does look a little bit heavy, maybe on the right side of the building. Hello, water. So anyway, let me get a little bit closer and then I'll talk about some things that I've done and some things I'm going to do. We're going to have a really nice path going this way, and that's going to lead all the way up to the front door that I just kind of installed over there. That's not really exactly what I had in mind in the beginning, but this is just kind of like how it turned out. This does make me think about something when it comes to building. So let me know if you guys can agree on this too. But there's a big difference in building something in creative and building something in survival. That house over there that I built a while ago, like I started that way back on episode 3, and like at that time, like I hadn't even like thought about prototyping anything in creative or anything like that. I had done it in the past before, but I didn't want to do that for this series. So like the barn's another example and stuff like that. But they turn out so differently compared to like the iron factory here, or like the windmill that I have over there, or just this house the kitchen that we're working on. I said kitchen. I just noticed that when I build in creative, like they always typically come out probably a bit better, just because like you have infinite resources and you can fly and you can break blocks instantly and stuff like that, and you can take a look back. But survival is just such a longer process, and maybe it ultimately comes down to patience and lack of resources. The thing that made me bring this up actually is this side of the house here. I didn't do this little piece here in creative, and if I had, I can guarantee that would look so much more different. You know, this is kind of like the easy way out, the simplified version and stuff like that. But if I did this in creative, I'm sure this would look a lot better, or it would look just like a lot different in general. Maybe not better, but just different. So that's what I mean. It's like, do I limit myself on, you know, doing everything in survival, or, you know, like with limited resources? Because like, you know, I can tell you part of the reason why this looks the way it does is because I built this with the resources that I already had right now, like the oak and the dark oak and the mangrove and the mushrooms and stuff like that, and the spruce. These are all resources that I have like on me like right now. And if I did this in creative, I could even use some resources that like I would have to go out and probably get, because I probably haven't even got them before. You know what I mean? It's so much. I think maybe it's better to do your builds in creative first, or at least for me. I shouldn't speak for everyone, but for me at least, I think it is. So anyway, I guess maybe I'll just end that conversation there. Let me know what you guys think about mods like Lightmatica and stuff like that. Like if it's something like, because I also thought too, if I use those types of mods, then, you know, maybe this build would be done by now, or you know what I mean? It's like maybe I could get videos out quicker, and you would get builds that look like this all the time, and builds that look like the tower and, you know, the iron factory and stuff like that. You know, my more recent builds. But anyway, okay, it's really time to end that conversation now. Let's actually talk about the kitchen itself. So now, obviously, you guys know what I mean about the upstairs of the building and like the roof being steeper and stuff like that. Now that it's actually like in front of us, I don't know if that looks weird or not. I kind of have to get used to this build, but it's not done. Like there's still a lot of like decorating and texturing to do, and that does a lot to a build as well. Something else that's going to do a lot is, now that we're finally on this side of the building, you can see this little piece here. What's this? You're wondering. Well, something that I actually added to this build in my creative world is that there's going to be like a mini tower kind of poking out of it. And you see a lot of this types of style on like Instagram, building pages on Twitter and stuff like that. Like you see a lot of like fantasy builds kind of have like little towers that kind of peek out. And this is going to be one of those builds for me, I would say. I think I've done this before. before. Maybe I can't really think of a time I've done it, but I'm sure I've done something like this before. So the tower is going to peak up over. It's just going to be maybe a little bit taller than the top part of the roof here. And the type of roof that it's going to be, kind of like a much smaller version of the potions tower over there that you can't really see. It's going to be kind of like that. It's going to maybe look a little bit different just because it's, it's a much smaller scale. But I'm not too sure what to store in this tower, to be honest. Like, I know this is a kitchen and we're going to have all kinds of different things. But like the actual tower up here, like I'm building it more for looks, but we're going to have to put something in there. Maybe not. It could just be a lookout or whatever, but I would ideally like to store something. Maybe it could be like where the gold carrots are stored or something like that, or maybe a villager that trades us gold carrots. I don't know. But maybe something more valuable up there. If you guys have any ideas, then let me know. And not just for the tower, but for everything as well. It could be for the exterior, if you have ideas for the exterior after this episode's done, or if you already kind of have it pictured in your head what the interior is going to look like, then let me know, guys. Give me your thoughts, and we'll try finishing this thing together. I went out to a big area not too long ago, and I got all my calcite, and there's like so much more there left, and you can insta-mine this stuff too, so it's super easy to get. Once you find a lot of it, it's pretty accessible. It's pretty fast. I'm not too sure exactly how high I want this thing. I'll have to go back in creative and check, but I think, yeah, I think it'll probably maybe go up to something like this. Oh, it does work. You can't put scaffolding on top of shulker boxes. That's awesome. I was even thinking about just making the side walls over here like spruce and maybe like a different kind of darker brown kind of color. But the only problem is if I use spruce, like if I break this block here, you can see that it actually is part of this wall over here. So if I, put spruce here and stuff like that, you would definitely see it on this side. So I don't really know if that's ideal. So yeah, there's a little bit more work to really finish the exterior of the build. And that's what I'm going to be trying to do today, is just get the whole exterior done. And then maybe next episode or something like that, we can come back and we could do the interior and try to really figure out what we're going to do on the inside of the build. And the terraforming, of course, I can't forget about the terraforming. There's definitely going to be more of them I'm going to have to do around here and stuff like that. So okay, I'm almost done. I'm not quite there, but I am almost done. We'll get there. Well, Horsey, it's been a good one. I mean, I'm not putting you down or anything. Don't think I'm putting you down. You're still a good horse. You're just not a racehorse, No, don't give me... No. I don't want any hugs there, Horsey. No, I don't want anything. No, not from you anymore. I think you're set up pretty well in this house. This is your retirement home. And I think that's it. I think we gotta part ways now. You're just not like the other horses these days. Maybe it's age, but no, I have to upgrade. I have to upgrade horses, and now it's raining. But I upgraded to a new horse, guys. So for so long now, I've had these horses over in the field towards like the enchantment tower and where we're going to be building our stable and stuff like that. And I think that's where I got Horsey here. And then I've also had horses at the barn. I finally came to the realization, I was like, I should probably start taming some horses and see like what they're made out of. Oh, hey, you're taking damage already. But this is a pretty good horse here. I tamed them all, every horse that I had in my area. And yeah, this seemed to be like the best one, I think, in terms of speed and jump. Like, he's pretty fast, and he can also... I think he can also do 4 blocks too, so he's a pretty good jumper. A little bit better than Horsey over here. I'll try to give you a little bit of a comparison, but yeah. I mean, I feel it right away. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I feel it right away that Horsey's just, I don't know. I think he's showing his age now, but we'll keep him in that iconic iron armor. I think we'll keep him just the way he is. We don't want him to change. And, maybe there will be a time when we'll need Horsey for something, but yes, I have the new Horsey. I don't know what his name should be. What should we name our horse guy? I need to move this. But what should our horse's name be, guys? I haven't thought about it yet, actually. I never even thought about naming Horsey. I just always called him Horsey. I never even put a name tag on him. And now I'm just waiting for it to stop raining because I finished working on the exterior to the kitchen. And oh yeah, we got our dog here. Did you guys remember the dog? I think I did this on camera. But yes, we got our dog. We should name him too. What should we name our horse and what should we name our dog? You can probably see. Oh, there. Do you see it? We'll go up and get a better look at it when it's done. Oh, there it is. There it is. There's our kitchen. But yeah, I wanted to go over and give you guys the look, but it started raining, so I think I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer. But yeah. Oh man, we're gonna get some really, really cool angles of this place. I gotta do more builds like this around my world. Just stuck inside, waiting for the rain to stop. I guess I should probably go through some of my storage with you guys. I mean, I don't... Oh, there's my jungle stuff. I didn't think I had any jungle stuff. But yeah, the last little while I went around my world, like I said earlier, I believe, I was clearing out some of the random chests around my world. So I came here and I started, like, sorting a lot of stuff. But yeah, I don't have my chest labeled or anything like that. I kind of have to try to do it all by memory. But for the most part, I can remember pretty much everything. But it's just hard when I'm like looking for something and I don't realize I have it. That's the thing. It's like if I know I have it, it takes me a while to find. But sometimes if I don't know I have it, then, you know, it'll just sit here forever. But yeah, I like this house overall. I never got tired of this house, and the way that we're building our world to kind of spread out some storage and resources around everything, like, I never run out of storage here, which is always pretty good. Can I just hang out in here with you, new horsey? Not you, horsey. New horsey. Don't you hate post 1.18 rain? All right, now that I've slept and the rain has gone away, I'm gonna get new horsey and I'm gonna show you the kitchen. So we're riding our horse and we come around the corner and there it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm really satisfied with how this build turned out. I did this thing in creative and I could not wait to place this down into my survival world here. It's a little bit different in creative, like it's a wider build and stuff like that, and there's a lot of things that I didn't even do in creative. First thing you might notice is that there's a big tree here on the roof. What's that all about? Well, I thought the tree might actually be good to add character to the build and stuff like that. I did that in creative. When I did this top piece here, I think I mentioned before that it's pretty top heavy. So I wanted to do something to kind of combat the chunkiness and the top heaviness of the upstairs portion here. So I did the tower, but the tower is kind of on like the other side of the build. So I thought on this side of the build we could plant a tree or something like that. But I think it actually, like, I think it works. And I know like the tower is a little covered and stuff like that. Like there are windows up there. But just because one window is covered, that doesn't mean that there's not other windows that we can look out of. If we come over here, we can see the other windows of this thing. So we'll actually have a pretty nice lookout, I would say, looking out over everything in our world. And I guess I never really thought about this before, but if we did want to get a view of this side, we have the windows right there, right? And then this is the face of the build that I had quite a little while trying to figure out. Like, it took me a while. But I think all in all, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I tried doing spruce originally for, like, pretty much the whole side of the house mixed with, like, the oak and stuff like that. But it was just... I don't know. It didn't... I wanted something to kind of go along more with the walls that we already did on that side. And then I added the leaves. I added the amethyst shards, I think. That's a pretty high contrast, the amethyst shards. I don't know exactly what it is. It catches your eye, and I think it's kind of nice to have it spread out. So, like, it kind of keeps your eyes looking, you know, at different points of the build. I don't know if that makes sense or not. The chimney I really like, too. I was a little hesitant on what to do for the chimney. But when I decided to use the doors and stuff like that, especially because, like, we have the hay bales and we have 4 campfires up there to, like, get the high smoke and the thick smoke, I think that looks pretty cool. But I gotta tell you, taking this road over and seeing the build from this angle, like, that's the thing about this build is, like, we have so many different angles to look at it from, and it looks good from, like, almost any angle, I would say. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty proud of this thing. I want all of our builds to kind of look like this, like, stand out, and I don't know, maybe maybe more recently, maybe the Iron Factory is kind of one of those builds, and maybe our Mine Elevator is one of those builds, but, like, yeah, my style of building is kind of changing as, like, I evolve as, like, a Minecrafter and a YouTuber and stuff like that. So, yeah, I will have to say, like, I think, you know, the new builds and the old builds, like, there's a big difference between them. You look at our house over there and you look at this, it's like, I think I'm in favor for this, but let me know what you guys think. Do you like the old builds or do you like the new builds? So there really isn't much on the inside yet. It's still hollow. I didn't know what to do for the floor. I thought because this is a kitchen and there's going to be all kinds of cooking going on in here and stuff like that, it might be more believable to have a stone floor aside from, like, a wood floor, because, you know, you don't want everything to theoretically burn down or anything like that. But you can see that this is going to be the upstairs here. I have no idea what that's going to look like or what that's going to be for. The tower is up there, so no idea what this is all going to look like. I'll probably do some more work on this off camera, and then I'll give you guys the update maybe the next episode or two later. And these are all the resources that I have left over, so I'll either use these for the interior or I'll just go put those back. Oh yeah, you guys remember this place? It's been a little while since we've been in here. I come in here every now and then when I kind of have some extra levels I just kind of want to spend for the sake of it, but it's not too often anymore. I'm a little worried that the tower might stick out a little bit too much, so maybe I tried fixing that, adding like the foliage here around, but you know, make it blend a little bit better. But maybe this tower needs a little bit more depth to it or something like that. It does look pretty big from this angle, but I do want to talk about those mangrove trapdoors real quick, though. I don't know if I really like them. It is a very hard contrast between that and the white. With the whole tower not having much depth and only texture, I guess the contrast is easier to kind of stand out. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how I see it. So yeah, if that doesn't grow on me, I might just switch to spruce or something like that. I kind of felt the same way. There's dark oak trapdoors over there. I felt the same way. If it doesn't really grow on me, I'll probably just switch to spruce. That's kind of the easy way out. And then eventually we're going to have to build a bridge here just to kind of complete this road and have a little bit of a shortcut. Something I haven't done yet that I'm going to do for the very first time is I'm going to turn on the shaders, and I'm going to look at this build from our single player world with the shaders. I turned on the shaders in the creative world, and I took some really nice screenshots, but I didn't want to share them until I had this set up in my single-player world. Another thing I'm starting to notice, too, is as I'm kind of walking around my world, and I want to kind of look at projects and stuff like that from certain angles, I'll start clearing out trees. So, like, this might be a spot here. I might clear out these trees here just to give us, like, a nice little view of our house here. I've been playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy, and, like, you could tell that the developers really did that with the Hogwarts Castle. They wanted it to be viewed from all kinds of amazing different angles. So I think that's something I'm starting to kind of wanting to do in my single player world, is just make sure that builds are visible from the best angles. Aw, yeah, I'm so excited. I haven't seen this yet. Done. Back to game. Okay. It's a little dark. It's a little dark right now, but that's okay. Uh-huh. I think this is going to look pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you think this is one of those Instagram type builds? Is this build Instagram worthy? I like down here. This is a neat angle. I like this wall here. It is a little dark right now, so I think maybe when we sleep and the sun comes up from the other side, I think we'll probably get another good shot of the house with the shaders on. Or kitchen. I said kitchen. Oh yeah, playing in our world with the shaders. I don't do this often enough. I'm really happy with how this looks, though. I think this is a really good shader pack. I'll put the link for the shader pack in the description if I remember, but I'm sure I will. That looks really cool too. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look how, oh my goodness, look how cool this looks. Oh my goodness, look how cool this is looking. Oh yeah, this looks awesome, guys. I'm so happy with how this turned out. Oh yeah. This is cool. Just kind of want to get a couple more angles with the shaders, especially at this time of day. And I think I'm good now, so I think we could probably move on and talk about something else. There's a place that I want to show you guys that I found when I was getting calcite for my world, or for the kitchen project and stuff like that. I went out to find a mountain range where I could try to get a lot of calcite, and it took a little while to find, but I did find one. I think that's mostly found in like the warm, stony peaks, I believe. So it should be right around here, but I found a really cool area that I wanted to get your guys' feedback on, because it just made me think about doing projects like outside of the main area of our world, like where we just were this whole episode. Now, I know I have done some projects. Oh, this right here. So I know I have done some projects outside, like I did the mangrove fountain, stuff like that. Look at this place, guys. Like, look at this. Look how cool this is. So I found this, and I wanted to get your guys' feedback on if you have any ideas on what you'd want to do out here or what you'd want to see out here. And then the mountains, I believe, are right up here, yeah. So this is pretty cool. This actually, I think, is maybe a little bit cooler than like the snowy mountains that I found a little while ago that were like 7,000 blocks out. This is only a couple thousand. It just made me think about like the future of this series and what we're gonna do. Like if we ever do like a season 2, if we would just go to a new area, or if we would just keep the series going, like, you know, in a new area in the same world. or if we would just start like a brand new world all in all and redo everything from scratch. I don't know, but yeah, here's the calcite over here. This is where I was like mining it. But also with 1.20 coming out too, there's going to be some other areas. Like I want to do a little bit of like the archaeology stuff and the cherry blossom wood and stuff like that. So like I'm trying to limit what I generate around. Like I'm trying to choose my directions wisely. All in all, I think this is a really, really cool area of my world. Just because like the 1.18 stuff, I'm not really around too much just because my world is pre 1.18, or it was generated pre 1.18. So like we still actually have like all the old caves in our world and stuff like that. I went caving the other day just for gold in the old caves, and like, man, I miss like the old caving, like 1.16 caving and stuff like that. I really miss that because in Cornerstone it's all 1.18, right? So yeah, I do experience a lot of the, oh yeah, I think this is where I got most of it over here. But there's a lot. So far, kind of my goal with the series is like just trying to get to 100 episodes at least. I think that would be like a really, really great milestone for the series. If I could do this series all the way up to 100 episodes, I'd get like a really nice, like juicy world tour, I think, for the 100th episode. And you know, I think by then we'll have like so many things to talk about. I think we already do have a lot of stuff to talk about in this world, but think about how much more we could talk about. There's one thing I've been meaning to do recently, actually, and Uzunuru commented on my last video mentioning that oak stairs always look better with stone, so I think I'm going to do that now. I've been pushing that off for quite some time. I've been working on other things, but I got the time now, so I think this should look a lot better. Oh, yeah, totally. I think the oak stairs look a lot better than the spruce. That's for sure. Alrighty, guys, I think it's time to end the episode here, though. I have been going on for quite some time. I think I have a lot of footage to look at, which is pretty good. That's pretty good. But I think we got a lot done this episode, and I think I talked about a lot, and I gave you guys a lot of new information about the world and stuff like that, and maybe even a little bit more information on the channel itself and where we're going to go and all that kind of stuff. But plans are changing all the time. I'll tell you, like several times I've made a list of like the types of episodes I want to make and projects and stuff like that. And I thought I had like everything kind of set in stone. I thought I kind of had like a good game plan for everything in my world, but everything's changing. Like this kitchen I wasn't planning on making for quite some time now, but I just wanted to make it so badly. I just bit the bullet and I did. I think there's a lot of projects that I even had in my head that I probably won't even do anymore. And then there's projects that I thought like I would never do, and now I think I'm going to do. I find that it's best now not to try to really write anything down like it's the full game plan. I think I'm just going to try to do it by feel and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm at right now in the series. I think that's probably the more healthy way to go. But as always, guys, if you watch this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I think this is probably going to be a long episode, and I'll see you for the next time here in the single player series on Time Off. Oh no. Well, I just finished editing the video and you're getting the very rare appearance of post-editing Drew. Yes, that's right. You guys don't get to see the post-editing Drew very often, but I went through the whole episode, and this episode, I gotta tell you, was very, very hard to edit because subconsciously, I just find myself speaking in a way that is hard to edit through. And what I mean by that is I have a book here just written of the phrases that I said way too many times this episode, and you guys will probably maybe go back and rewatch some bits just to see, and you'll see that I said it a lot, but believe me, I said it so many more times. So I wrote this book here, and we're going to look at the phrases I said way too much this episode. It was actually, and stuff like that, probably, kinda, and guys. Oh no. Okay, I need to be able to talk a little bit better. Now I'm like trying to think, like, how many episodes have I gone where I've just been talking like this? I don't know. But I don't know why this episode was so different. Why did I say it so many times? No.